Your soulmate can't wait to share their good news with you. Open this now. My beloved child. Don't skip, because this message did not arrive by accident. Something huge is waiting for you, and the person your heart has been unknowingly connected to can no longer keep their happiness hidden. For so long, they carried a story inside them, wondering if the right moment would ever come to share it with you. They replayed this moment in their mind again and again, imagining your reaction, imagining the silence that would come before your smile, imagining how everything between you could suddenly feel different. What they discovered has completely changed the way they see the future, and somehow every road in that future leads back to you. They tried to stay calm. They told themselves to wait just a little longer. But every passing hour only made the excitement stronger. They cannot stop thinking about the moment they finally tell you everything. Stay till the end, because what they are preparing to reveal is far bigger than you believe. This is not ordinary excitement. It feels like the beginning of a chapter neither of you expected to open so soon. Something shifted without making a sound. While everyone else continued living another ordinary day, your soulmate kept looking at their phone, almost reaching out, almost pressing send, then stopping at the very last second. Not because they changed their mind, but because they wanted the moment to be perfect. They believe this news deserves more than a quick message. They believe you deserve to hear it in a way you will never forget. Don't skip, because the reason behind their silence is completely different from what you have imagined. Every small reminder of you now fills them with a strange sense of confidence, as though life has quietly placed all the missing pieces together. They keep remembering tiny details about you that once seemed unimportant, yet now every memory feels connected to the surprise they have been protecting. They even caught themselves smiling for no reason, unable to explain why your name suddenly feels like the happiest thought in their entire day. They are counting invisible moments, wondering whether today will finally become the day they stop hiding their excitement. And just when they think they have gathered enough courage, something unexpected happens that makes them hold back once again, not out of fear, but because the news has become even more meaningful than it was only yesterday. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything begins to change. The good news they want to share is not valuable because of what it is valuable because of what it means for both of you. Deep inside, they have realized that some moments cannot be rushed, yet they also cannot be delayed forever. That realization has created an unstoppable feeling inside them. Every sunrise now feels like another opportunity slipping away if they remain silent. Every sunset reminds them that waiting forever is no longer an option. Something huge is waiting for you, and they know it. They are closer than ever to opening their heart completely, revealing everything they have been protecting behind quiet smiles and unfinished conversations. They want you to understand why this news made their entire world feel lighter, why they suddenly believe impossible things can become possible, and why your place in that story has never been more important than it is right now. But before those words finally reach you, one final event is about to unfold, an unexpected sign that will erase every remaining doubt from their heart and push them toward the conversation they have been dreaming about for so long. When that moment arrives, nothing between you will feel ordinary again. A quiet certainty is beginning to replace every hesitation they once carried. The closer they come to sharing their good news with you, the more impossible it becomes to hide the joy inside their heart. They have replayed countless conversations in their mind, wondering how they should begin, which words they should choose first, and whether you will immediately understand why this moment means everything to them. Don't skip, because what happens next is something they never expected. Just when they believed they had finally found the courage to reach out, another unexpected realization stopped them in their tracks. They understood that this news was never meant to be rushed. It deserved the right moment, the right feeling, and the right connection. Since then, every little coincidence has felt like a quiet reminder that the timing is getting closer. A familiar song, an unexpected memory, a place that suddenly reminded them of you, each moment made their excitement even stronger. They can hardly focus on anything else because their thoughts always return to the same question: what will happen when I finally tell them? Something huge is waiting for you, and deep inside they believe that once the truth is spoken, an entirely new chapter will begin. The waiting has become harder than the secret itself, and every passing day only increases their desire to let you hear the words they have been protecting for so long. What makes this story even more remarkable is that the good news is no longer just about them. Somewhere along the way, it quietly became about you as well. That is why they cannot imagine celebrating it without first sharing it with the person who has unknowingly occupied so much space in their heart. Stay till the end, because another unbelievable detail is about to appear. They have already imagined your smile, your silence, your questions, and even the possibility that you may not believe them at first. Yet none of those possibilities frighten them anymore. Instead, they fill them with hope. Every time they picture your reaction, they feel even more convinced that waiting has only made this moment more meaningful. There were times when they almost convinced themselves to keep everything hidden forever, but something inside refused to let that happen. Their heart keeps whispering that certain people enter our lives for a reason, and certain conversations arrive exactly when they are supposed to. That whisper has become impossible to ignore. It follows them everywhere, gently reminding them that the happiest moments are meant to be shared, not hidden away. They are standing on the edge of a decision that could change the direction of everything, and they can already feel that the distance between silence and honesty is becoming smaller with every heartbeat. Now the atmosphere around them feels different than ever before. Even ordinary moments seem filled with unusual anticipation, as though life itself is quietly preparing the stage for what comes next. Don't skip, because the next step is closer than anyone realizes. They have reached the point where keeping this joyful secret feels heavier than revealing it. Every delay only strengthens their determination. Every new sunrise feels like another invitation to finally speak. They no longer wonder if they should tell you, they only wonder how unforgettable that moment will become. Something huge is waiting for you, because just as they prepare to take that final step, an unexpected event begins unfolding around them. It is subtle at first, almost impossible to notice, yet powerful enough to remove the last piece of uncertainty from their heart. Suddenly, everything starts falling into place in ways they never imagined. They realize that the timing they had been waiting for may have already arrived. And the moment they finally accept that truth, they make a quiet decision that cannot be undone. Before another day passes, they are determined to bring their good news directly to you. But what happens in the very next moment will leave even them completely speechless. Everything begins moving faster than they ever imagined. The moment they make that quiet decision, an incredible sense of peace settles over them, as though every unanswered question they carried for so long has finally found its place. But just when they are ready to tell you everything, one final surprise changes the way they want this story to unfold. Don't skip, because what happened next made their heart race in a way they never expected. Instead of rushing toward you, they pause for one last moment, not because they are afraid, but because they want this memory to last forever. They want the first words you hear to carry every emotion they have been protecting. They picture your face over and over again, wondering whether you'll recognize the happiness in their voice before they even explain the reason behind it. Something huge is waiting for you, because this news has become more than an announcement. It has become the beginning of a promise they never thought they would be ready to make. Every challenge that once seemed impossible now feels smaller, every delay suddenly makes sense, and every moment of uncertainty has led them to this exact point. Deep inside, they know that once this conversation begins, nothing between you will ever feel the same again. The future they once imagined alone now has your presence in every single picture they see. At the same time, something extraordinary begins happening inside their heart. The excitement is no longer quiet, it grows stronger with every passing hour. They find themselves smiling during ordinary moments, losing track of conversations because their thoughts keep drifting back to you. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation is still ahead. They have stopped asking themselves whether destiny brought you into their life. Instead, they have started asking why it took them so long to recognize your importance. Every memory suddenly feels connected, every coincidence feels meaningful, and every unanswered question begins revealing a hidden purpose. They remember the smallest details you probably forgot long ago, yet those tiny moments now shine brighter than ever before. It feels as though life has been preparing this conversation long before either of you realized it. They even catch themselves imagining the silence that will come after they share the good news, because sometimes silence speaks louder than words. They believe that one honest moment can erase months of uncertainty, and that one heartfelt conversation can create a future stronger than either of you dared to imagine. That belief continues growing until it becomes impossible to ignore, pushing them closer to the moment they have been waiting for with all their heart. Now the distance between you and the truth has become smaller than ever. They can almost hear themselves speaking the words they have rehearsed so many times, yet something remarkable happens just before they reach out. Don't skip, because this unexpected moment changes everything. A final sign appears, giving them complete confidence that they have waited exactly as long as they were supposed to. Suddenly, every fear disappears, every doubt fades away, and every reason to stay silent loses its power. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are no longer wondering if today is the right day, they know it is. Their heart is filled with a joy too powerful to hide, and the good news they have been protecting is finally ready to leave the shadows. They take one deep breath, hold on to the hope that has carried them this far, and prepare to cross the line between imagination and reality. In only a few moments, the words they have been longing to tell you will finally escape their lips, but the way you respond will create an even bigger surprise that neither of you could have predicted, setting the stage for a life-changing moment that is only just beginning. The moment finally arrives, and everything around them seems to slow down. Their heartbeat grows louder than the noise of the world, yet for the first time, they are no longer trying to silence it. They have carried this beautiful news for what feels like forever, protecting it until they were certain the timing was right. Now there is nothing left to hide. Don't skip, because what happens in the next few moments changes the direction of this entire story. As they imagine finally speaking to you, they realize the good news itself is only half of what they want to share. The other half is something far deeper, a truth they have quietly discovered about the connection you both share. They have come to believe that some people enter your life to teach lessons, while others arrive to become part of your future. Somewhere between all the waiting, all the unanswered questions, and every unexpected delay, they stopped seeing you as someone they hoped to know better. They started seeing you as someone they could not imagine leaving behind. That realization filled them with a happiness so overwhelming that they smiled without even realizing it. Something huge is waiting for you, because the words they are preparing to speak carry more emotion than they have ever expressed before. Every obstacle that once stood between you suddenly feels smaller, as though life itself has been quietly removing every barrier one by one. As they move closer to sharing everything, another unexpected feeling begins to grow inside them. It is not fear. It is not uncertainty. It is anticipation unlike anything they have ever experienced. They wonder whether you have sensed this change without realizing it. They wonder if somewhere deep inside your heart, you have already felt that something extraordinary is approaching. Stay till the end, because the next revelation will explain why they could never stop thinking about you. They remember every conversation, every meaningful glance, every tiny moment that seemed ordinary at the time but now feels incredibly important. Those memories have become the foundation of the hope they carry today. Instead of questioning what the future might hold, they have started preparing for it with confidence. The good news has given them courage they never thought they possessed. It has reminded them that beautiful things often arrive after long seasons of waiting. Every sunrise now feels brighter, every ordinary day carries hidden excitement, and every quiet moment reminds them that they are only one conversation away from changing everything. Their heart refuses to let this opportunity pass, and with every passing minute, their determination becomes stronger than ever before. Now there is almost nothing left standing between you and the truth. The silence that lasted so long is about to disappear forever. Don't skip, because the next few moments are unlike anything this journey has revealed so far. They take one final breath and decide that no matter what happens, they will no longer keep their happiness locked away. Something huge is waiting for you, because this good news has already transformed them from the inside, and they believe it has the power to transform the connection between you as well. They are no longer waiting for the perfect day, the perfect place, or the perfect words. They have realized that the perfect moment is the one where honesty finally wins over hesitation. As they prepare to let their heart speak freely, an unexpected response begins unfolding before a single word is even spoken. It is almost as though life has already started opening doors neither of you could see before. The signs become impossible to ignore, the excitement becomes impossible to contain, and the story reaches the edge of its greatest turning point yet. In the very next moment, they will discover something about your connection that is even bigger than the good news they have been waiting to share, and that discovery will leave both of you completely unprepared for what comes next. The truth can no longer remain hidden. The closer they come to you, the more they realize that this journey was never only about delivering good news, it was about discovering how deeply your presence has changed their life. Every step they take now feels lighter because the weight of silence is finally disappearing. Don't skip, because the next revelation is the one they never imagined they would be brave enough to admit. They begin to understand that the happiest news is not the achievement itself, the opportunity itself, or the unexpected blessing itself. The happiest part is imagining you standing beside them when they finally tell the whole story. For the first time in a very long while, they stop wondering whether they should protect their emotions. Instead, they choose honesty. Every memory of you suddenly becomes brighter than before. Every doubt loses its strength. Every delay now feels like preparation for a moment that had to happen exactly this way. Something huge is waiting for you, because the excitement inside them has reached a point where it simply cannot be contained any longer. They keep imagining the instant your eyes meet theirs, the instant your silence turns into understanding, and the instant both of you realize that this conversation was always meant to happen. Their heart has already crossed the line between hope and certainty, and there is no turning back now. What happens next surprises even them. Just before they are ready to reveal everything, they notice something they had overlooked during all the waiting. Every obstacle that once felt impossible has quietly disappeared without them even realizing it. The people who once distracted them no longer matter. The fears that once held them back no longer have a voice. Stay till the end, because the biggest emotional turning point is only moments away. They suddenly understand that life was never asking them to wait forever. It was simply teaching them how valuable this moment would become once it finally arrived. That realization fills them with overwhelming gratitude. They smile without forcing it. They breathe more deeply than they have in months. Even the ordinary world around them seems different, as though everything has become brighter because they are finally ready to share the happiness they have been carrying. They no longer feel alone with their thoughts because, in their heart, you have already become part of every future they imagine. Every dream now includes your presence. Every victory feels incomplete unless you are the first person to hear about it. Something huge is waiting for you, because they have made one final decision. They will not allow another day to pass without letting you know exactly why this news matters so much. Now the story reaches the edge of its greatest moment so far. They are standing only one step away from revealing everything they have protected for so long. Don't skip, because what happens after this changes the meaning of every chapter that came before. Their heartbeat is steady, their mind is clear, and their heart is completely certain. There is no fear left, only anticipation. They know this conversation will create a memory that neither of you will ever forget. As they finally prepare to speak, another unexpected realization washes over them like a wave. The good news they wanted to share has already done something incredible. It has transformed them into someone who is no longer afraid to choose hope over hesitation. And now they are ready to give you that same feeling. Something huge is waiting for you, because the very first words they are about to say will unlock a truth that has been quietly growing from the beginning of this journey. Once those words leave their lips, a hidden piece of your connection will finally be revealed, and what follows immediately afterward will be even more powerful than the good news itself, opening the door to a future neither of you ever thought could arrive this soon.